Man, it's bootleg season, man. Like, this crazy. I cannot believe how many different kinds of bootlegs there are. This is the best one, though, in my opinion. Hey, what's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got something special because we got these, I mean, they're bootlegs, but they're a cool one, man. They're called McDowell's. They started off as kind of like an apparel brand. If you have not checked out their Instagram, that's where I would really push you over there just to check things out, because all of their posts, for their products and stuff like this, right? First off, this is a dope ass shirt. Second off, it's super vintage look and feel, not only with the implementation of the print itself, but the garment itself. You know what I mean? This feels like an old t-shirt. It's awesome. But when they actually have stuff like this available and then they post it, they make it look like an old East Bay catalog, man. I love it. There's even a little product description, the size ranges, the price, all that. It's sick, dude. It's so sick. It's attention to detail, stuff like this. MJ used to wear these, you know what I mean? And there's a black pair too. He used to wear these when he was practicing with the Air Jordan 6. That's where these are most known from, the Carmines. And yeah, man, it's really cool. I love this. Nostalgia at its finest. It's dope. We're not here to talk about all of that stuff. We're here to talk about these shoes. Or actually, before I do the little thing, look at this. I found out that their logo right here, the Happy Basketball, is inspired by the Have a Nike Day stuff. So that's what that is. It's a little tribute to that. Not only is the box itself, though, another tribute to the original Air Jordan 1 box, but they went as far as to put, as if these came from Walters or Oshman's or something. There's a sticker on the box, dude. It's cool. That's one of the coolest dumb things I've ever seen. You know how I always get excited about dumb shit? That's one of the dumbest that I'm that's sick. Reminds me when I worked at the toy store, KB Toys, the little sticker, or the Toys R Us orange sticker. Bitchin'. So with all of that being said, time to check out what's inside. You got the paper. It's cool. Then yeah. So these guys right here, man, first off, they did these different than the other bootleg stuff. The other bootleg items, okay, that you see, stuff like this, right? They just straight up took this shoe and just made it their own colorway, all that stuff. They switched up sometimes the outsoles, but this is the shoe that they're bootlegging or whatever. It's the 2015 OG High is essentially what it is. So the same toes. These ones are different. They went after the classic, okay? So they went to go recreate this shape, and dare I say, they did it a little better as far as what I remember in pictures. I've never owned or held a pair of 1985s. I've only seen them in pictures, and they look closer to this than this, minus the midsole. The midsole on these guys, the cup sole and everything, is much more like the original shoe. This is very much a bootleg Jordan 1 midsole and stuff, or cup sole, whatever you want to call it. But the overall shape, the look of the straightness of that, just, man, crazy. The panel, the toe, all that stuff, dude. They did a great job recreating this, but better. The things that I like better about it is the sleekness of the toe. It's a nice toe. Super nice. It's not hella boxy, hella round and bubbly. Again, the straight back. The collar is super straight as well, and it's thin. It's not hella padded and everything. The tongue itself is a great thin nylon. This is this is so retro. Probably my favorite part is the inside, where they've been recreating this on a lot of the Jordan 1s, like the band and stuff like that, where they'll put the print for your size and the product code and stuff like that is on the collar. And then on those 85 joints, I don't know what you call it, but it's like an iron-on. It's really weird. It's really thick. It's not like the originals at all. The originals were printed just directly onto, so it's not scratchy on your legs when you're wearing those things. So yeah, so they did a really good job, I think, of paying tribute to the real original Air Jordan 1, which I think is really cool. One of the most interesting features about these, though, is actually the material build. These are vegan. This is a leather alternative shoe, and I think that that's really interesting, especially because when you touch this, you're are you sure? It's soft, man. This feels nice. And I've touched and felt lots of synthetic leathers before. This is just very, very nice. I don't know what this is. I'm just saying, it's soft. It feels good. You touch that, even wrinkles like that. It's awesome. I can't believe that they're like this and everything. And these aren't those bootlegs that are hella money and everything. These are $199. It was just still expensive, but for what you're getting, what they're trying to recreate and capture is a feeling, right? A long time ago, back in the 80s, bootlegs used to be a thing that oh, you and I can't afford the Air Jordan because it's super expensive back then. Even though when you look at the price now, original retail price was what, 60 something bucks? I know. Yeah, it was crazy. But back then you were like, wow, because I couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? So like you'd be like, damn, you want $60 from some shoes? Like, you're crazy. So back in the day, bootlegs were made to look like obviously the original product, but they would be priced a lot less, which is way different than today where you got bootlegs selling for $300 at retail price. That's their base price. I think that's insane that we're at that point to where people are buying bootlegs on purpose for resale type of prices. If it was like great quality, I'd be like totally cool with that. But the ones that I have, at least, I did a video on these joints. Yeah, well, I didn't want to name drop them just because like, I don't know if you're allowed to, but these are trash. The materials are so bad. I couldn't even wear them. They f***ed up my ankles. I tried to wear one. I just couldn't, man. I couldn't. The $300 times 2 down the drain. You know, you win some, you lose some. I was trying to just try out something different. I wanted to check out what all the hype was about. And this is where it's at. This is the dope one. They also come with extra laces. Where are they? They're over here. So they come with these like cream laces, and they also come with these orange ones. Another weird fun fact is that they went and recreated or found original style laces. So like this is closer to what you actually got in '85. You touch these and they're way different than today's laces, like the cheap stuff that comes all over Jordan 1s. Instead of a swoosh, they call it a swish, which is a cool play. And on top of that, when you flip it upside down like that, it looks like, to me, I don't know if that's what it is, but I thought it was like the gooseneck, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're shooting. I just think that these are cool, man. This is one of them things where like a lot of old school collectors will look for those original '85 bootlegs and they collect those things because they're like relics. This reminds me of those types of shoes where it's very much of the time, and that's what they were trying to capture with these guys right here, is like that overall feeling. And again, if you just go to their Instagram page, just look at it. You don't even have to do anything, just go look at it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like it feels different.
Appreciate their aesthetic.
For sure. Just the entire vibe. They're obviously going for money, right? Like everybody likes the Air Jordan 1. That's a given. You can bootleg them obviously now easier than ever before. But like I said, a lot of people are just kind of taking whatever is that OG 1 high shape, being like, yeah, just make them in this color, slap this on the side instead of the swoosh logo, whatever. This person, it took them, I think it was like 7 months, something like that, like almost a year to get the right whatever, you know, even the sole itself, like you can't flex these ones. It's actually like a nice hard rubber. Not quite the actual Air Jordan 1, like the retail version's rubber, but it's much different than those Kai shoes. So whoever was in charge of this, like you can tell that they love this. Like they're not just trying to print money real quick so that they can go and buy a Ferrari. They're really trying to capture a feeling of an era that they grew up in, and that's what I like. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, if you were, you know, interested in these guys right here, they fit small. This is a 9.5, and they fit me super snug. So some people might want to go up a full size. Like if you got a wide foot or you like some wiggle room in your shoes, go up a full size from your normal size. Most people will be good with a half a size up like what I did. Once you start wearing them, because this is a softer material, it will break in, but I'm just letting you know, they snug, okay? Right off the bat.
Did they like say that? Because what made you go for a 9.5?
So they actually put up, right before they made these available, they put up a whole thing explaining their sizing so that people would hopefully get their accurate size, which was nice of them. So good question. And again, go up minimum half size. Wide footers or people that like a little bit of wiggle room, you're gonna wanna go up a full size. And that pretty much takes care of it. I think that this is an interesting product. It really does capture the feeling. That sticker alone on the box like really hit me in the nuts. What?
In a good way?
In a good way, yeah. It was a nice little love tap, you know what I mean? Like, just checking to make sure you're still there. Yeah, I just think that these are real interesting. I really like these actually. This is like the coolest bootleg I've seen, where it's, again, not just doing it just for money. Like there's actually some love in this, and you can see it, you can feel it, everything. It's dope, man. I loved it. But you guys let me know what you think about these down below in the comment section. Do you own a pair? Do you not? Or are you interested in all that stuff after we've discussed it? I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. So sound off below, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And until next time, have a good one.